Welcome to Pardon That Vine. My name is Riccobono, and this is the world's most unbiased wine review forum. And today we're tasting a special wine from Bordeaux, but it's not from the left bank or the right bank. It's a Bordeaux Superior, and we are going to get a little more technical than we usually do, just a little bit, for those people who care about the details of the winemaking process. I actually met with this is Chateau Reignac, and it's kind of in between Bordeaux, the city, and Saint-Emilion. And the owner is Eve Vatelot, who has been credited with the turnaround of Chateau Las Combes. He is a very well-known winemaker, consultant, owner in Bordeaux, and he sat down with me in March, and we did a show which you should check out. Just type it in the search, Reignac. Eve has invented different ways for alcoholic fermentation, doing it in the barrel 100%, which I won't get into those details. You can read about them. But it's fascinating the amount of detail he spends in making his wines. Beautiful, beautiful chateau. Definitely worth visiting if you go there. Michel Rolland is very involved. Actually, when I was there, I had to leave because he was coming in to do the final blending. So I'll tell you a little bit about this wine. It's actually a $27 bottle of wine, right around that range, depending on the vintage. And I believe it was the 01, actually won major blind tastings against all of the first growths, against Chateau Petrus, against all the big-time right bank wines, and it came in #1 in a blind tasting. So I think that's on the website as well. So this is a wine that for $27 is about as serious as you get. The way they make this wine is he does a cold soak, which is brings out the flavor and the color. He does a 10-day cold soak. Then he does alcoholic fermentation in stainless steel and in oak vats. For his high-end wine, he does alcohol fermentation in 100% new oak barrels, which he's patented, and you can read about that. And then he does another 15 days of maceration. And let's see, I'm trying to remember all this off the top of my head. Then he does malolactic fermentation in 100% new oak barrels. Then it's incredible what the process that he goes through. Then he does 19 months, I think, aging in new oak on the lees, which also gets rid of some of the astringency and brings out some of the flavors. So he is on the cutting edge of winemaking, and I'm excited to try this wine. This is the 06. I have had the 05 and 04 recently. I think I tried the 06 actually when I was there, but I have not had it in a while. So let's give it a try. It's 75% Merlot, 25% Cabernet, very dark, which goes along with the winemaking process. He's bringing out the color in all these different ways of cold soaking and longer maceration times, aging on the lees. I believe he racks 4 times a year maybe, but I know a lot of people care less about all that I just went into, and it might sound a little confusing because I was trying to remember it, but shoot me an email if you do care about it, because it's fascinating to me, all the different winemaking techniques that people use and people are trying to make the perfect wine. And at the end of the day, as Eve said, it's all about the grape. So he's cutting yields way back, he's crop thinning and doing everything, debudding and all these other techniques to get the perfect grape to ferment. Very, very dark in color. Let's give it a try here. Tons of dark fruits. We talk about dark fruits. This could be a Napa Cab. It's dark blackberries, dark blueberries. There is some hints of minerality. Getting a lot of cherries, actually. Let's give it a try. So even though the nose has these dark fruit-forward aromas, the palate actually, the fruit is very subtle, but it's there and it's really nice. It's I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Very smooth. I hate that word, but it's very smooth feeling on the palate. It has a. Let me give it one more try here. Definitely one of these thinking wines. think the acidity is a little out of balance, and that's why I was hung up on the first time I tasted it. But it does have a nice long finish. A lot of dark fruits, but subtle dark fruits, not overpowering. Nice secondary characteristics. But the acidity is definitely a little bit out of balance. This is 06, not a perfect year, but a pretty good year. Not 08, not 09, not 05. I think a little better in 04. That's just my opinion, not 03. But it's a decent wine. Now for $27, I know a lot of people who I've recommended this wine to who love it because it gives you a true Bordeaux right bank feel, but without spending $80, $90, $100. So that's where I think this wine fits in at least in the 06 vintage. I think it's a solid wine. I think 88. I love drinking it because of all the effort that's put into the wine, but it's definitely a solid wine. I guess I get carried away when I think of all that goes into this wine, and I'm telling you about it and reading about it. My expectations do get very high. So don't get me wrong. This is a solid wine. It's 88 points. It's has multiple things going on in it. Nice finish. Like I said, the acidity's a little out of balance, which prevents me from bumping the score up higher. But that also comes with the vintage a little bit. In any event, hope you enjoyed the show. I hope this wasn't too boring. But I think some people like when I get very detailed, and you can learn a little bit about the different winemaking processes. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.